want to know what's going on in your dirt sports world? Whether it's 4 wheels, 2 wheels, Dirt Sports World's got you covered. From the dirt to the dunes, we bring you the latest action in racing, to lifestyle, the newest parts, the newest vehicles, and what the superstars of off-road are up to. Check out our social media for up-to-date information on Instagram, Facebook, Dirt Sports World, and more in depth. And check out the magazine at www.dirtsportsworld.com. And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel, Dirt Sports World, for some great videos. So make sure to follow us and come get dirty with us.
I told y'all, we got the game on lock. Crank Lucas the rap deucer. Team Real Racing. Y'all already know we won. Off-road racing, quick as in the desert. To the finish line, passing through the checkers. It's Team Real, we just much better. When we on the track, we apply that pressure. People lined up screaming from the sideline when they see the UT class fly by, or they see me in the truck doing drive-bys in the Parker Dam or in the Baja. Every time you see me rolling through inside a buggy, and I'm counting up the money cause I came to multiply it. Push a 1200 horsepower in the motor, you don't really wanna race me, I dare you to try it. Started up the engine, now my wheels on fire. Zooming through the track while I'm running up the rubber. Better get them slow waves out of my water. You don't wanna see the shark or there's a crusher. It's Team Real, y'all know what the biz. Crank Lucas and I'm spinning on the wheel. Doing 160 past you so fast when the wind hits your body get the chills. Telling everybody they can eat my dust, but I guarantee you won't beat my best. Pop a champagne when I'm at the finish line and I'm holding up the trophy and I beat my chest. What first place look like it's me? I don't do twos and I never met a three. People know the Team Real logo when I'm running through the desert and I'm running all through the streets. Never have to cap my race game tight. My vehicles can go all night. Foot up on the gas, I can never break right because I'm allergic to all the red lights. Team Real, Team Real. Everybody thinking that they faster till they gotta race. Team Real, Team Real. All about the speed and you can see it all up in my face. Team Real, Team Real. Real scared money don't make no money. It's Team Real, Team Real. Hit the motor rumble and the tires burning from the rubble. Team Real, Team Real. Everybody thinking that they faster till they gotta race. Team Real, Team Real. All about the speed and you can see it all up in my face. Team Real, Team Real. Real scared money don't make no money. It's Team Real, Team Real. Hit the motor rumble and the tires burning from the rubble.
So much to look forward to, including crowning our very first short course National Series World Champion. First up, it's the three-time king starting off on top. It's win 17 for Connor Barry. First-time winner in the iRacing Short Course National Series. Take a bow, Drake Mittag. Matt Adams is winner 22. He does it in the signature Propellers Long Beach Surfside Showdown. Keaton Swain's not going to stand down. To the line, a photo finish.
He finally got it. Swain, pop the champagne, baby.
And while Luke Knupp's yet to taste success in 2025, it's going to be a taste that's oh so sweet. Back in victory lane for the first time this year. At the Big House, her first win in the National Series. Through Calamity Corner, Crystal King gets it done. It's taken a while for Josh Edmondson to crack the victory circle. He gets it done here at the Wild West Motorsports Park. Barry getting quite comfortable in victory lane.
But the story, I think, right now is that young man right there, the number 4, Drake Mittag.
He broke through in the Pro 4s at Firebird. He'll win in the Pro 2s to start the season off. Keaton Swain wins again in the iRacing National Series, but this time in the Pro 2s, dominant at the front. It's Connor Barry, a Pro 4 and now Pro 2 National Series champion here in 2025.
Can't wait till the World Finals come, man. This is going to be incredible. 2 Pro 4 races and a Pro 2. Anyone's game right now.
Time for round 2 in the 2025 iRacing Short Course National Series World Finals. A couple of weeks ago, we kicked things off with the Pro 4s and we whittled it down to the top 12 contenders. And now one more step lies between us and the finals. A week from today, hopefully on a brand new track for all these drivers to get to grips with. Hi folks, Arjuna Kankipati alongside of the voice of off-road Dave Arnold as we make our way to the rolling hills of Michigan to the Bark River International Raceway with this Pro 2 truck. And coming off the Pro 2 National Series, we've seen just how interesting this car is to race, and Dave, we're in for a brutal night, I have no doubt.
Oh, I know. We went from the Pro 4s at Wild West Motorsports Park now to the Pro 2s at Bark River. I am looking forward to it, and save your drama for your mama. This is going to be on like Donkey Kong.
7 days from now, we'll wrap things up. Remember, schedule tentatively says Crandon, but we are expecting next Tuesday Wheatland to join the iRacing service. And so if it lands as expected, it will take center stage as our World Finals season finale, and indeed year-end finale as well. 24 whittled down to 12, but the cut line will see 6 drivers move forward to be eligible to fight for the World Finals Championship in 7 days time rather. But again, all about the top 6, and this is how they're seeded. Most interestingly, of course, Connor Barry. A couple of slip-ups last time out, including some race control penalties. Dave, he's on the wrong side of that line.
Yeah, I know. I was just looking there, and I said, oh, boy, Connor's below that cut line. It's going to get interesting out there. But Keaton Swain, he's really come out swinging for sure. And Edmondson, he's the key. He says, man, I'm a Pro 2 driver. I love it. You know, so we'll see how he's going to do here and see if he can stay up there. But Mittag's been on fire. Dachalet's been just incredible. Winicki. And how about that? Drapkin right above that cut line. I'm just blown away.
And Pro 2, of course, I think not the preferred machine for the likes of Winicki, so he's going to be under some pressure. Doesn't really matter which order you finish inside of that top 6, if we're being honest. Big sideways from Zach Drapkin as he wheels it around in qualifying. But there is still some importance to being up toward the top of the point standings in those front 6, because you'll take some seeding into our final showdown. Drapkin lands nice and square, 8th on the board, but We always see bigger margins in qualifying, Dave, with this Pro 2. 1 second splits the top 8 right now, and you can see the frustration as he goes for a loop in the middle sector.
And I think the big point is right now, how is Connor Berry going to qualify? He's got to feel a lot of pressure. Oh, up on the bicycle, puts it back down. But, man, that pressure, he's just like, okay, I got to reset this one. That's a no-go.
This will be Sean Winkler. Remember, right side of the cut line, or rather wrong side of the cut line, but by only 2 points. So, like Connor Barry, needs a decent effort in qualifying. Look how tight to the inside he was able to position himself, lands, and then the truck squats down and rotates in nice and gingerly over the jump, and having to be so much more careful. You can't rely on the front wheels to drive you forward out of corners anymore. It's just two-wheel drive in this Pro 2.
Yeah, and have those front tires pull you through that turn really helps there. You got to all rely on that front end and hope that front tires are digging in good there. Hopefully they got the good gentle tires on there for it.
That Countryman, he jumps up to 4th, but still big margins through the field as it stands right now. Remember, unlike the Pro 4 and Pro 2 National Series, everyone eligible to make it into the main events. There's no LCQs to make our way through. Edmondson to 4th, but still searching for 6/10 to Keaton Swain, who has already burned through all 4 of his laps. He will not be going quicker than a 1:12.671, but seemingly no one able to match him for the time being. Sean Winkler wraps up his qualifying efforts as well. Here comes Batman into the final sector, gets very out of sorts.
Yeah, he's been looking good, I'll tell you. You know, he's always been in the fight there, but you know, this is going to be coming down to we're at the middle point. We're halfway through this one. Once we get through this one, it's going to be who's going to be in the cut line, who's going to be fighting for in that final round, and who's going to be fighting for the championship. And I'll tell you, boy, has things switched up here in the World Championships.
And obviously everyone else will still be out on track, even though only 6 drivers eligible for the championship. So these World Finals do bring in some intrigue. Nicolas Dachelet, remember, 4th in the seeding. Puts him on the right side of the cut line, but it's going to be a very tight battle, and he's currently down in 9th. Inverted pole position would be Tyson Miller, by the way. We will invert the front 6 for our first of the main events. That means that Countryman would be alongside on row number 1, while Josh Edmondson and Connor Barry, the teammates, would split row 2, and then Cody Winicki and Keaton Swain would split row 3 between the two of them. It's just really uncomfortable sometimes watching these drivers make their way around the long turn 7.
Oh, I know. You know, and I'll tell you, Bark River, it will separate the men from the boys, the ladies from the girls. I'll tell you, this has always been so exciting. Bark River, it's really a challenging track. You know, it's fast, and there's a lot of nuances to it. You know, it's sliding around the corners, the bumps, the undulations there, how you pitch that truck. It's like no other track out there.
Wow, you can even just see through the final corner, slipping and sliding for Dachelet, who does not look like he will improve from 9th. He has one more attempt left, but won't get a chance to really use it as he already stalled his momentum coming across the line. That's Cody Winicki mid-flight as he pitches himself up in the air on the run between turn 5 and 6. He's searching for about a 10th if he wants to grab pole position away from Keaton Swain. 90 seconds left on the clock. It's just him, Connor Barry, Josh Edmondson, and Drake Mittag, actually, that are out there and looking to improve. So there's a handful of contenders, but strike Cody Winicki from the board. Drake Mittag's jumped up to 3rd. Where's Connor Barry, one of the last players in this qualifying session?
Yeah, I know he's saving that last lap. Here he comes right now. Oh, actually, he's got a couple to go here, it looks like, coming around. And through the first segment there, it looks pretty fast, though. You know, after he got on that bicycle, he probably had to reset his brain, just calm down, go back, and see if he could throw a last, fast lap down.
Edmondson does not improve on his final attempt, so just Barry now, who we watch sweep his way out through turn 7. He's got time to finish this lap, and that will be it. His final attempt as it bucks and tries to send him out wide out through turn 7, and now, once again, set the car up or truck up in midair as you head towards the final sector. Right-hand hairpin and then the double left, where we've seen some amazing wheel-to-wheel battles in short course memory, and of course in iRacing Off-Road Championship Series history, closest ever series finish. Trying to minimize the distance as Barry, but don't think it will be a 1:12.671 to beat Keaton Swain. And indeed, I don't even think he improves on his best lap time, and so that is it. Keaton Swain will grab pole position, and Dave will grab a chat with him in a couple of moments' time.
Yeah, I'll tell you, this track, you just see these guys constantly counter-steering, you're just moving. You're working a lot here at Bark River. That's what I love about it, man. There's no resting here.
Let's grab that chat with Keaton Swain. Flying in qualifying, he's standing by with Dave.
Keaton, here we are, Bark River, back to the Pro 2s, and I'll tell you, man, did you find yourself, just like, wow, I just got pole position?
Oh, definitely. It's just such a stacked field. You never know how it's going to shake out there. But unfortunately, I haven't been able to put in too much time. So yeah, I was a little bit shocked. I was able to qualify first there, which it's a good start to the night. But unfortunately, there's a 6 invert, so we're going to go back to 6, and it's going to be pretty hard to pass, all these guys in front of us here.
I know, the qualifying's so close, and it's like, hey, I just got fast time. Yay, I'm in row 3.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate, but I guess it does make the racing better.
Yeah, I know. We've seen it before. You've done it in real life, and I know you're going to throw it down. I want to say good luck to you tonight, Keaton Swain, man.
Thank you.
Let's grab a word next with Thad Countryman, who will take advantage of that inverted top 6 to be at the front of the field as we get underway for the first of our main events. And Thad, you're on the wrong side of the cut line, but you've still got a chance of being in play in next week's final. What's the mindset as you get ready to lead us to the green?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really super confident in this driving this thing, but we're going to see how long we can try and stay out front and see what happens.
You say you're not super confident. Pro 2 versus Pro 4. This is a much different beast than it was last time out, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm a lot more confident in the 4-wheel drive, but we're trying to learn this one. It's definitely really fun to drive. It's just a handful. It's got to be picture perfect everywhere, pretty much.
Well, you weren't that bad in qualifying to put it together to grab 6, so best of luck, Thad, and we'll see how the rest of the night rumbles on for you.
Yep, thank you.
Always great to grab that chat, but maybe more importantly, to see that look behind the wheel as well. Here's a look at that starting grid where Thad Countryman will be on the front row alongside of Pro 2 specialist Josh Edmondson. Then Connor Barry, who's got some work to do after a bit of a disappointment of an opening round, puts him alongside of Drake Mittag as Pro 2 championship rival. Cody Winicki and Keaton Swain share row 3, while 7th goes the way of Tyson Miller, trying to fight his way forward into the inverted top 6. Sean Winkler will be in 8th with Dashley and Drapkin rounding out the top 10. Remember, Drapkin on the cut line in 6th into the night. Matthew Lindy 11th, Crystal King alongside with Trenton Bradley, Adam McAfee, and then Gavin Plummer, Cody Vanderveer through your front 8 rows. Matt Lass and Carl Cooper are the final drivers with someone to look alongside of. Austin Schreiber, who I did note had a bit of a hellacious wreck in practice, flipped his truck end over end. That's the joy of sim racing. Dave, you press the reset button, you've got a fresh truck, and off and away you go once again.
And you just saved $50,000.
Well, based on the amount of damage he did, it might have needed a whole new engine and gearbox as well. So
that would be $50,000 just for the motor.
There we go. We'll get.
Hey, I noticed, real quick, Countryman had the Adrian Cheney, the Wild Man shirt on, so hopefully he channels the inner Wild Man of himself.
Oh. Now, he did seem a bit nervous, didn't he?
Yes. Oh, yeah, especially when you look who's behind you, man. I mean, it's just like, holy crap, the best of the best are climbing up my tailpipe.
You have the sight of Connor Barry behind you. That would unsettle plenty of folks. Now, one thing I will note is, of course, as always in our main events, we have a competition caution, so we will slow things down, I believe, at the end of lap number 5. Although, unlike last time out, we will not be talking to the leader at the halfway mark. Any trucks who are 1 lap down at that point will get an opportunity to get a lap back. But hopefully, none of our championship contenders will be in that position, because 6 more to be eliminated. 6 drivers will compete next week back in the Pro 4s. for the first ever iRacing Short Course World Finals Championship presented by APV Simulators. They are already leaning on one another as they head their way to the line, and we get underway in the rolling hills of Michigan, and Josh Edmondson slips and slides and already down to third as Connor Barry plugs the inside and up to second. Over the crest of turn one we go, and a couple of stragglers at the tail end of the field, but single file fairly instantly they work. Remember, top six, the invert for pole position. In main event number 2, and there's already some consternation. Sean Winkler with a terrible exit. Cody Winicki holds on to 6th.
Yeah, Winicki got shuffled back quickly when Barry and Edmondson started making their moves up there. Matag still sitting in that same position, but Countryman running like a scared rabbit out there, and that's what you should. Worry about your lines out in front. Don't worry about what's in front of you. Just hit the fastest and hit your marks.
Remember, if you are a little bit dragged behind, the field is compressed back up during that competition caution, so there's no real threat if you are in 7th or so and drop back too far. You still have a chance to fight up front. It looked like a very weird line from Drake Mittag as he tries to cover off Keaton Swain, putting it on pole, having to now fight his way from 6th position, but that Countryman has absorbed the pressure for 1.5 miles. That's not bad with Connor Barry, the Pro 4 and Pro 2 king of 2025, right on your gearbox. The onboard look with Edmondson, who rides in virtual reality as Barry goes to work at trying to get to pole.
Yeah, you can see he's keeping an eye on where Barry's putting that truck right now, and you want to put the truck where Barry's truck isn't. That's the only way you get around. You can see Matad right up on the rear of Edmondson there. But Countryman running some good lines, but Barry keeps looking to that inside, seeing if he's going to leave that door open there. But Countryman running some great lines there at that point, coming around. Let's see how he sets up for this big sweeper here. The 90 coming around. Barry trying to get the shoehorn out.
All of those medals behind Drake Mittag as he leans on the side of Josh Edmondson. That was a little bit uncomfortable.
Oh.
And they've all stacked up behind. Drapkin in the middle, but on the side and going nowhere, I think it's the Terminator, Tyson Miller, who now gets a helping hand. Oh, round of applause to Kyle Cooper, who helps out Nicholas Dashalate. Apologies for misidentifying the truck, but that's racecraft there.
Yeah, it looks like also Crystal King got caught up in there, and Winicki also, as they slide back quite a bit farther and deeper into the field at this point. As we go back up front to the battle, we can see Countryman and Barry going there. You can see the separation there, back to 3rd place. Matag and Winkler going at it.
Oh, so in front of Keaton Swain, it looked like somebody tried to look on the inside, and they all just piled on top of one another, and here's a look from above.
Yeah, I can see that, and Swain had nowhere to go, went right on the side of that vehicle, and then everybody else just piled up behind him.
So as we watch bottom right corner still, Countryman from Barry, once again the inside left a bit open, but up into the whoops, Countryman able to hold on. Gotta say, looks very nervous, but clearly is able to run the lines he wants. We've only got a lap or 2 more before that competition caution, and if Countryman can reach that at the front, he will feel very, very buoyed by that one. The margin between these front 5 still only 1.9 seconds as we end lap number 3, and Countryman runs up into the cushion. It steals some momentum, but Barry's got nowhere to go.
Man, it reminds me of the old days, the Pro 4s, even though these are Pro 2s, but Kurt Leduc and Adrian Cheney battling out there. So I think he's channeling that inner wild man right now.
And then we had all that snow, so that's not great. Now, restart zone is not where the start zone was. So when we head up under that bridge, I was about to say we'll get the racing back underway, but Barry got there a bit earlier. Off and away we go in this first of the main events, and Mittag looks to try and sweep underneath, but Barry in towards a final double left is going to hold on. Countryman down in 5th has got some work to do on the wrong side of the cut line. Barry goes out wide, but he'll roll that momentum back towards the start-finish line with 6 laps left to go.
Yeah, Matag with a good line coming around there, but I'll tell you, Edmondson is right there. Anyone makes a mistake, it's going to change positions for sure right now. You got to hit your marks. You got to be on point. You see, beautiful lineup for these guys right through there, sliding around the turn.
So Mittag from Swain, from Edmondson, from Barry, from Winkler, from Drapkin. That's the top 6 as they slide out through 5. Got to be careful. We can't run out beyond where our camera is because there's a gantry waiting to greet you and bring you back to 0 mile an hour pretty quickly. Up through turn 7 once again. The front 6 not breaking away by any means, but it is that Countryman that's got the pressure on. And Keaton Swain's in an interesting position because right now he's in inverted pole. The gap in front of Countryman is starting to build, and our championship leader with that red number plate will be looking for his move sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and I see he's just out of that cut now from the tag by 2 points right now. He's got to get by Sean Winkler right now. That's what he's thinking in his head. He knows. These drivers all know the points. They know where they got to be. They knew who's what position, and they know where they got to put that truck.
And so another lap ticked away. 5 left to go. Crystal King down in pit lane after an incident out on track. That's not great. After she grabbed her first National Series victory in the Pro 4s at Crandon at the very end of the first championship season in 2025. Gaps are very much starting to build. Another truck down in pit lane. Matthew Lindy as well. So attrition playing its part in Pro 2s. Let's not forget, much more difficult to wrangle around a place like this as Austin Scheiber and Trenton Bradley come to blows, and there's someone surely off into that gantry.
There's a couple people off there, and you got to wonder if some of the other drivers from that earlier incident were suffering mechanical issues too.
Yeah, now we didn't see anyone get a lap back at the competition caution. Everyone, unfortunately, has had their issues after that, which doesn't really help them out very much.
No, not at all.
Oh, wow.
The replay, oh, yeah, that was a big hit right there. You can see.
And already
someone else going to the pits.
And Scheiber was already pointed in the wrong direction. And then, oh, my goodness. Yes, oh, that's 3, 4, 4.5 on the flip counter.
And the scorecard says a 9.
Oh, meanwhile, Zachary Drapkin now finds himself in the catbird seat on the inverted pole, and I'm pretty sure if you draw up the live points, he would be in the cut line, and that Countryman increasingly slipping away. Barry, Mittag, Edmondson, Winkler, Swain, the top 5 starting to break away.
Yeah, you can definitely see those top 3 there. You can see a little gap back to Winkler. So they come in there, they're going to do the little accordion through there, bumping around. You can see Drapkin still battling with Countryman there. Countryman knows he needs a spot there, trying to put a little pressure on Drapkin right now. Drapkin keeping that wheel just tight, leaving no daylight in that nose to give any inches there whatsoever.
Points back up on the right. It is tied between Keaton Swain and Drake Mittag. Doesn't really matter so much. Again, remember the cut line is the top 6, and right now Zachary Drapkin is 2 points in the good. 23 of Dashley is directly behind him, and then another couple of points back is that Countryman who slipped back from 1st to 7th as we have 3 laps left to go in this first main event. Another 12 laps to come after this, and then we'll have our 6 drivers who will compete for the first ever World Finals Championship in a week's time. Barry, a couple of truck lengths clear of Drake Mittag. He's doing just enough for the time being.
Yeah, he hasn't got that comfortable lead like he usually has been getting when he gets out front there. And I think that's, considering how the talent pool has just risen. Like we saw the qualifying so close out there. In racing, it's showing right now. And you can just see top 5 guys pretty much playing, tag up here with each other. And then you got that gap back to Drapkin back in 6th with fighting with Countryman. And Cody Vanderveer sitting back there just watching it unfold in front of him. A big gap back to him.
Now, there are only 4 choices of tracks for the short course trucks. But between Bark River, Crandon, Wild West, and Firebird, I would argue that this is probably the toughest to master in a Pro 2 behind Josh Edmondson. Sean Winkler gets a bit out of the groove. Keaton Swain, red number plate, not close enough to take advantage. But I think the racing that we're seeing, I'm not calling it processional. What we're seeing is a very difficult challenge, and drivers are all very closely matched and relying on mistakes from others to be able to make their moves.
And I'm going to call it progressional. That's why they've all progressed to that. But I got to say, just watching these guys, pretty much watching a mirror. Every one of these drivers, same setup car, same angles. It's just, the talent pool is just so deep right here.
That's exactly it. They are all so closely matched. They are, I mean, the lap times last time around, a tenth or two between them, and really that's because Winkler had the bit of a mistake that he's now been able to close the margin and instantly back up. 1 lap to go next time by. A couple of corners left on this lap. I don't think Drake Mittag's got enough speed underneath him. I think Connor Barry's done enough to hold on. Question will also remain, can Zachary Drapkin hold on to 6th in the inverted pole position for main event number 2? But 1.5 miles left to go in main event number 1.
There's the white flag. There it is. 1 lap to go here, and you can see it's monkey see, monkey do. It's like watching them mirror each other and drifting. You know, all these lines, these guys, these trucks are pretty much doing the exact same thing every turn. They are turn to turn, and that's why nobody's pulling away.
And remember, for Drake Mittag, Connor Barry, pretty good seasons in the Pro 4s and Pro 2s. Continuing to, quite literally, roll that momentum forward into this World Finals campaign. A nice little extra addition for these drivers to focus their way towards. There is the sweep in towards turn 7, and then just 3 or so corners left to go. It's like Zachary Drapkin's put a bit of a gap between him and those chasing him down as well. I wonder if track evolution's going to mean that our second main event of the day brings a bit more entertainment, a bit more excitement, but at the very least what it will do is invert these front 6 once again. And so, despite the fact that Connor Barry has driven a clinical race, put the pressure onto Thad Countryman, and then never looked back after grabbing the top spot, he'll win in the first main event, established himself back in the front 6, but we've got 12 more laps here at the Bark River International Raceway left to go.
Man, I tell you, it's some great flow as they come through here. But congratulations to Connor Barry, Drake Mittag, Josh Edmondson, Sean Winkler, Keaton Swain, and Zach Drapkin with a big little nice little breathing room there, comes across and able to hold on to that 6 on the cut line.
In the end, it does look as though everyone is also going to see the checkered flag. That includes a couple of those that needed some significant repairs. Did not include Austin Schreiber, who pointed in the wrong direction at one point, but still finishes just 28 seconds or so off the leader. Quick look at the results. Channel 199 and Connor Barry on top once more with Drake Mittag only 6 cents back, to be fair. Josh Edmondson makes it 2 of those Channel 199 cars on the podium. Sean Winkler, Keaton Swain, and Zachary Drapkin all looking in very good spots. Then that Countryman, a little frustrated, no doubt, especially now that he misses out on an inverted pole position once again. Cody Vanderveer, Nicholas Dashley, and Adam McAfee, your top 10. 11th for Gavin Plummer, 12th for Tyson Miller. Not bad for being on his side and needing a helping hand. And then Carl Cooper, Trenton Briley, Austin Schreiber, Matt Lass, all on the lead lap. While Cody Winicki, 17th for him. He has not enjoyed the Pro 2s by any means in 2025. Matthew Lindy, Crystal King, the rest of the running order. Let's quickly catch up with our race winner, Connor Barry, standing by with Dave.
Connor, boy, you had to fight your way up through there, the middle of the pack on the start there, and then the battle ensued from there.
It definitely was a fun one out there. I qualified in fourth, which meant I started third, and I got the second fastest, and I got around Thad there on the 4th lap, so I knew that it was going to be hard from there on out, but I was able to be smart and smooth. I wasn't that fast, but I was able to just be smart and smooth out there, and we got the win. And I mean, I needed that win. It's been a rough bit, so I'm glad I was able to get back on top.
Yeah, for some reason, Bark River seemed to be a pretty physical track. You got to lean on people. I mean, it's all about the pressure.
Yeah, sure. It's a track that is hard to get around. You definitely will have to door to get around like someone. So I knew that was going to be how I would get past. So I was trying to just be smart and smooth and try to carry some speed so that if I was to get doored, I wouldn't really get stuck there. So just trying to it's going to be a battle now because I start in 6th, so it's going to be a rough one, I think.
Yeah, I know. From the middle of the pack to the back of the pack, and we saw, Keaton Swain had to do that with the top qualifying position there. So it's going to be a physical race again, because I'll tell you, there was 5 of you that were out there and within inches of each other. It was incredible.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a battle, and it looks like Zach is on, and so Zach's on first. So it's going to be a battle, as I really do need to beat him, because I entered this race in 8th, and I need to be the top 6. So I need to somehow get around Zach.
Yeah, definitely. So I want to say good luck to you, and let's get it on.
Thank you.
Connor Berry, everybody.
Let's catch up with Drake Mittag as well. Drake up to 2nd in that first main event, but just looked as though track slick in these Pro 2s, close, but difficult to get closer and make that move.
Yeah, not too bummed about that race for sure. Went from 4th to 2nd and stuck with Connor all the way to the end. This invert's going to change things up for sure, but I mean, I was already halfway there, so what's another 2 spots to lose on the start? So we'll see. I feel like my pace is pretty good. I didn't mess up too many times that race, so it's going to be gnarly for sure coming from 6th. Let's see what we can do.
And what do you think track evolution is going to do? How's the truck feeling compared to at the start of the session?
Not too bad. It almost becomes a little more predictable. You lose the grip, you know what it's going to, you know what I mean? Like when you land, it's not going to shoot a different way because there's so much grip. So once the track deteriorates a little bit more towards the end, it'll be really predictable. So it'll just be about whoever can find the most speed.
Well, best of luck for the second main event coming up shortly.
Thank you.
And one final chat. Let's talk to another of the Channel 199 sim racing drivers. Dave's got Josh Edmondson.
Josh, you're back in a Pro 2 where you feel comfortable, but I'll tell you, man, you guys were just flying out there. And I said to Connor, this has become a very physical track out there for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. This track, I mean, you're just always turning, and with everybody so close in pace, it's like impossible to pass unless you get really physical or the other person makes a mistake. So, yeah, really, really tough racing. This is by far the most technical truck-track combo we have. So.
Yeah, as just asked Drake about the track state right now. How are you feeling in your mind how the track's holding together?
I like it. I like when it gets a little worn. I usually pick up some good lines, and I tend to be pretty quick race pace when it's worn, so I'm all for it.
A lot more marbles out there, able to let that rear end slide around a little bit more?
Yeah, well, there's definitely some on the cushion there, and then where it gets the blue groove, it's real slick, so you can't turn on that, so you got to set that up, and yeah, you got to change your lines a bit, which I like. It's maybe a little less one-lined.
So a little bit of different approach going into the second race?
Not really. Just try my best, be smart. I think I'm okay sitting points. The main goal is just to make that top 6 for next week. So I'm not going to do anything too crazy. I had a real sketchy moment there in race 1 with that. I don't know if that was my fault or what. I haven't looked at it yet, but yeah, glad that we drove away from that one and just try and stay out of any issues like that.
Well, good luck to you here in the second race. Josh Edmondson, everybody.
Thanks, Dave.
You got it.
Well, we've still got 12 more great laps of racing to come in these Pro 2s in the rolling hills of Michigan, but that's all on the other side of this. Don't go anywhere! More action in the iRacing Short Course World Finals presented by APV Simulators to come.
You want to know what's going on in your dirt sports world? Whether it's 4 wheels, 2 wheels, Dirt Sports World's got you covered. From the dirt to the dunes, we bring you the latest action in racing, to lifestyle, the newest parts, the newest vehicles, and what the superstars of off-road are up to. Check out our social media for up-to-date information on Instagram, Facebook, Dirt Sports World, and more in depth, and check out the magazine at www.dirtsportsworld.com. And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel, Dirt Sports World, for some great videos. So make sure to follow us and come get dirty with us.
I told y'all, we got the game on lock. Crank Lucas the rap deucer. Team Real Racing. Y'all already know we won. Off-road racing, quick as in the desert. To the finish line, passing through the checkers. It's Team Real, we just much better. When we on the track, we apply that pressure. People lined up screaming from the sideline when they see the UT class fly by. Or they see me in the truck doing drive-bys in the Parker Dam or in the Baja. Every time you see me rolling through inside a buggy and I'm counting up the money cause I came to multiply it. Push a 1200 horsepower in the motor, you don't really want to race me, I dare you to try it. Started up the engine, now my wheels on fire. Zooming through the track while I'm running up the rubber. Better get them slow waves out of my water. You don't want to see the shark or there's a crusher. It's Team Real, y'all know what the biz. Crank Lucas and I'm spinning on the wheel. Doing 160 pass you so fast when the wind hits your body get the chills. Telling everybody they can eat my dust, but I guarantee you won't beat my best. Popping champagne when I'm at the finish line and I'm holding up the trophy and I beat my chest. What first place look like it's me? I don't do twos and I never met a three. People know the Team Real logo when I'm running through the desert and I'm running all through the streets. Never have to cap my race game tight. My vehicles can go all night. Foot up on the gas, I can never break right because I'm allergic to all the red lights. Team Real, Team Real. Everybody thinking that they faster till they gotta race. Team Real, Team Real. All about the speed and you can see it all up in my face. Team Real, Team Real. Real scared money don't make no money. It's Team Real, Team Real. Hit the motor rumble and the tires burning from the rubber. Team Real, Team Real. Everybody thinking that they faster till they gotta race. Team Real, Team Real. All about the speed and you can see it all up in my face. Team Real, Team Real. Real scared money don't make no money. It's Team Real, Team Real. Hit the motor rumble and the tires burning from the rubber.
So much to look forward to, including crowning our very first short course National Series World Champion. First up, it's the three-time king starting off on top. It's win 17 for Connor Barry. First-time winner in the iRacing Short Course National Series. Take a bow, Drake Mittag. Is winner 22. He does it in the signature Propellers Long Beach Surfside Showdown. Keaton Swain's not going to stand down. To the line, a photo finish.
He finally got it. Swain, pop the champagne, baby.
And while Luke Canutt's yet to taste success in 2025, it's going to be a taste that's oh so sweet. Back in victory lane for the first time this year. At the Big House, her first win in the National Series. Through Calamity Corner, Crystal King gets it done. It's taken a while for Josh Edmondson to crack the victory circle. He gets it done here at the Wild West Motorsports Park. Barry getting quite comfortable in victory lane.
But the story, I think, right now is that young man right there, the number 4, Drake Mittag.
He broke through in the Pro 4s at Firebird. He'll win in the Pro 2s to start the season off. Keaton Swain wins again in the iRacing National Series, but this time in the Pro 2s, dominant at the front. It's Connor Barry, a Pro 4 and now Pro 2 National Series champion here in 2025.
Can't wait till the World Finals come now. This is going to be incredible. 2 Pro 4 races and a Pro 2. Anyone's game right now.
Twelve more laps left in the second round of the 2025 iRacing Short Course National Series World Finals presented by APV Simulators. And it's time to whittle down 12 to 6 that will compete next week to be crowned the first ever World Finals champion, Arjuna Cage Party, alongside the voice of off-road, Dave Arnold. Dave, an interesting first race. We've seen the Pro 2 trucks a little bit more difficult to see the wheel-to-wheel racing develop. However, technical and relentless consistency at the front saw Connor Barry win the first of our main events. Now we invert the top 6 and get ready to do it again.
Yeah, it's going to be insane. I'll tell you, that first race was the physicality there was off the chain. But I'll tell you, the second half, and the track state has changed again. It's going to be a little slicker out there. We're going to see some more rubbing, and rubbing's racing, baby.
Let's talk points and how they shake up with just 12 more laps, like we mentioned, to go. It is the top 6 that will advance to move forward, and so it is a very fine line to be run. And so Zach Drapkin on the right side of the bubble. But let's not dawdle. Let's have a quick chat with the man that will start from inverted pole position for the second of our main events. And Zach, you are the man on the bubble, both in terms of points, but I feel as in terms of some pressure as well. That first main event got a little bit physical. What's going through your mind right now?
It was definitely a tough one. The first whole main, I fell to the back after Keaton got spun, and I just had to push forward because I knew I'm really, like you said, I'm on the bubble. I'm trying to make it into next week's World Finals, and Wheatland's going to be a hell of a track, so got to keep pushing and just got to be smart here because I know the guys are coming. Everyone's fast here, so this is not my strong track for sure.
Not your strong track, but what do you think you can do? What do you think you need to do as well to stay inside the top 6? Is that something that you've thought about as well?
I think I need to finish top 6 because I know there's a couple guys ahead of us that are not in the points, I think, but I'm not totally sure. I just be smart and get to the finish. As much as I'd like to be on the box and just finish it up, I gotta be there to finish, and I gotta be there to be where I want to be. So just gonna put my head down and go through the pack, try to stay up front, and if I fall back spots, try to stay there and be strong, not lose anymore.
Our lower third is blocking your t-shirt. What's it say below the Zach?
The wiring guy. I tried to win a Cadillac.
Well, always great to catch up with you, Zach. Best of luck. Let's see if we can, if you can stick it in the top 6 come the end of the night.
Thanks, guys.
Let's have a quick gander down through the starting grid for the second main event of the night, where Drapkin will lead us to green, but he'll have the flying Keaton Swain alongside. Sean Winkler and Josh Edmondson, Drake Mittag and Connor Barry, all 5 relatively comfortable in terms of points. It's the likes of Thad Countryman that have some work to do. Cody Vanderveer will line up in 8th. Nicholas Dashley is the first driver on the wrong side of the bubble, with Batman Adam McAfee in 10th. 11th for Gavin Plummer, 12th for Tyson Miller, and then 13th goes the way of Kyle Cooper, who starts on row 7 alongside of Trenton Briley, and boy, did they tussle in the first of the main events. Scheiber on last, 15th and 16th. Cody Winicki all the way back in 17th, starts alongside of Matthew Lindy, who got involved in some contact, as did Crystal King. Are we hoping to survive the chaos second time around, Dave?
Yeah, it was she got caught up in that. A lot of drivers there, and we saw Dashley get flipped. I mean, it was a crazy race in the pack. I mean, the top 8 really broke away there, but it was surprising seeing Keaton Swain getting caught up in that early on, and I think that why it took him so long to get up there. But you know what? He's sitting up on the front line with Zach Drapkin. By the way, another birthday shout out to Zach. Just had a birthday a couple days ago.
Oh, happy birthday. And this will be a nice little birthday present for himself as well, to survive all this chaos.
Yes, sitting on the pole is not a bad thing.
No, by no means. Although we did see with Thad, one small mistake, suddenly the door gets open and you go from 1st to 7th in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, that is a little difficult, but you got Connor Barry breathing down your neck, that'll intimidate anybody.
Oh, definitely would intimidate me. I'm not blaming him, that is for sure.
Yes.
Let's get ready to do this once again. We will send the pace car off and away, exiting out of turn 7. But we don't get underway until we wind our way through a couple more corners. And just a reminder, the rest of the field will still be out on track next week at, fingers crossed, the debut of Wheatland on the iRacing service. However, they will not fight for the championship. Instead, they will play a bit part, and in some ways, maybe a starring role as well. If they...
Or a spoiler.
Oh, spoiler, if the script writers so choose. But 6 drivers will find themselves in championship mindset with glory to be achieved. 5 will walk away with their heads down. 1 with all the glory. Zach Drapkin wants a piece of that action. And alongside of Keaton Swain, in control of the field as we pace 19 of these Pro 2 trucks around Bark River International Raceway. Keaton Swain will hold on to second, does a better job than we saw from Drake Mittag in the first main event, although he climbs over the back of Drapkin and now will drop down to 5th, make that 6th as he fights with Connor Barry for a moment. Missile in the background as Gavin Plummer makes some contact, and we've got a couple of flips, Trenton Briley amongst them as Drapkin leads, Winkler, Edmondson, Mittag, Swain and Barry, but Thad Countryman, Nicholas Dashley, 7th and 9th respectively, haven't made the ground they needed.
And you can see Keaton Swain now battling there with Connor Barry. See Connor looking to the inside there. Drapkin still out front. Winkler holding tough there in that second position. But Edmondson there, he's trying to show a wheel to Winkler there.
Live points, I think, would see Drapkin well and truly above the cut line for the time being. I think his thinking that top 6 would be comfortable for him is true. Look at how big that buffer is, actually. We're talking a full 16 points between 6th and 7th, but Winkler on the offense, trying to put the pressure onto Drapkin as they sweep through the final complex, and already up and into the lead. A rip-roaring move from a driver already in the front 6. And look how tight it is between all of them. Edmondson now passed by Mittag as they head back up towards turn number 1. 6 very talented drivers starting to break away at the front.
Yeah, Drapkin with a little sneaky Pete move right up the inside there, getting by Edmondson, and you can see Swain getting a little wide out there in the turn. Connor Berry looking to the inside of him as they make the run here. Once again, in the left, the little chicane section here. They're all going to kind of file in one by one through here.
Meanwhile, through all of this, Crystal King starting to pick her way through. 4 spots gained. 7 spots gained for Matthew Lindy, though. So the 2 drivers tangled up in incidents with significant repairs in Heat 1, making their moves. We will see the competition caution once again at the end of lap number 5. Dashley in front of Adam McAfee. That's 1 position. Hasn't really netted him much ground, though, in terms of the race for the top 6, which continues to run unchanged, but some fiberglass goes flying. Look like Keaton Swain up and out of the groove, but holds on to 5th position. It's cost them time, and Swain and Barry starting to squabble for 5th and 6th positions for the time being.
And it's allowing Winkler, Drapkin, and Mittag to pull away just a little bit. Edmondson, like all by and lonesome there in that 4th position. And you can see Swain got a little gap there now from Barry. And I'm actually shocked, but Barry and Swain, they're the kind of guys, the second half of the race is where they really shine. Barry, when he was fighting for that front through the to get to that win, or I should say, out front in the first half of the first race, it got physical there. And I'm wondering if he's going to hold back a little bit this time. He's thinking about the big picture, I think.
Now, Connor did have a couple of point penalties from race control after the first round of the quarterfinals. That's what put him below the cut line initially, hip and shoulders, but that's a fair little shove from Mittag to Drapkin. Now Edmondson wants his piece too, but out through turn 8, not quite alongside. Drapkin out of the groove, but he'll be able to hold on if he doesn't swing out wide. They barge their way through. Edmondson's going to pinch Drapkin, who's having none of it though. On the low line, sees Edmondson run the cushion, rolls the speed, and now has a lunge on the inside of Mittag as they head back toward the line. He grabs 2 for 1 as they break their way to the end of lap number 3, up to second in the Channel 199 machine.
An absolutely beautiful move there as Edmondson makes his way back into the 2nd position now. Mittag looks back to the inside there. Edmondson's going to hold tight to the inside, keeping that wheel down, not leaving any daylight there as Drapkin's still on the tail of Mittag. And then Swain, he's going to turn the pressure up. I have a feeling. And if he turns the pressure up, Barry gets underneath him there. Swain gets a little sideways, and Swain's off the track.
And that might change the complexion of things here. Now, if Swain finishes in 10th, he is still on the right side of the bubble, although the margin is a bit finer than he would want. get a replay when we can. Remember, composition caution at the end of the next lap will pack the field back up. But is that also something that race control will be taking a look at? Could that influence proceedings? Drapkin, a little bit of shove to Mittag, just reminding him that I'm here. 1 lap left to go until that comp caution. And Sean Winkler, who's had a stunning 2025, fighting his way up into the top 6, leads at the end of lap number 4.
Yeah, Winkler, I'll tell you, out of nowhere, you know, it was just outside the cut. Now he's just fighting. He's up in front, and he's actually starting to pull away a little bit from Edmondson.
Very, very impressive showing as we take a look at the replay. Also, Swain does that effectively by himself. Over-rotates, lands, and then pitches into the inside cushion. And Barry really, unless there's a bit of contact before they get into the air, kind of, Swain kind of does that all to himself.
Yeah, was that Connor's hood that went flying there? Couldn't tell.
I think he gets lucky, and the iRacing gods snap it back on for him, though.
You gotta love the iRacing gods.
Sometimes they smile on you. Smiling is Winkler. Oh, never mind, because big wiggle cattywampus over the whoop section, and he'll drop down to 6th. Now, he is still 8 points in front of those hunting him down. So he's still on the right side of the bubble, but it's all action at Bark River. End of lap 5. It's Josh Edmondson that will lead both the race and the points. And we slow things down and get ready to go for the final 6 laps of action.
Well, this is going to be kind of crazy here. You got to wonder. I still couldn't see if there was contact between Barry and Keaton Swain there, but, you know, Keaton Swain just got a little out of shape, hit that berm, and then I'm surprised that Connor was able to get through there, you know, without getting taken out himself.
Sometimes those iRacing gods really do smile on you in more than one way, it would seem. So,
and sometimes it's like a giant bird flying over you and it drops something on you, too.
So on the right, again, those points, it's a tie between Edmondson and Mittag. Then Barry, Swain, Drapkin, and Winkler. They stacked up slightly. That's what caused my slight pause. Then it's going to be Thad Countryman, who needs to find 8 points, which is, I think, basically 4 positions compared to Sean Winkler. Now, that's going to be tough for him to do because he's in 5th. That means he would need to win the race, or he needs Sean Winkler to lose some significant ground from 6th position. Similar story for Dashley, although he's in 11th spot, so he has a bit more control over his potential, but he's got a bit more ground to fight back from. Cody Winicki at this point, close to 24 points adrift. I think he's a bit too far gone. We get ready to go once again in towards that restart zone. It's the self-appointed Pro 2 specialist, Josh Edmondson, that gets us underway. Bit of a margin back to Drake Mittag. Drake under pressure from Zach Drapkin, Barry, Countryman, Winkler, McAfee, the top 7 as we get back underway.
And Barry was already looking at the inside of Drapkin. It looks like it slowed him down just a little bit there. But Barry's definitely going to be hunting Drapkin at this point. And Drapkin's not going to, wait. He's going to go after him. But look at this. Mittag going after Edmondson and literally leaning on each other. Drapkin now leans on Mittag a little bit. There's the physicality coming right back into play here in the second race, the second half.
There you go. Very, very lucky. And now the argy-bargy continues. Drapkin bullied by Barry. And now the contact just continues as they continue to sweep through the left-hander. It's a long corner, and now through the chicane, Barry's going to be slightly wrong-footed here. Oh, he's got to give up the ground, and Drapkin holds strong. This is great stuff. It allows the top 2 a bit more room as Barry commits back up the inside. We sit on board with Sean Winkler. He, once again, will buy a piece of the action as Barry overcommits, runs the inside berm, puts him out of sorts, and now not just Winkler, but Countryman fight their way through.
And Countryman leaning on him right back there. You can see Barry trying to turn into him, trying to get that position back there with that little mistake he made. Or I should say big mistake at this point. And he gets by him now as Shai Shet back on Winkler one more time.
Remember, no more comp cautions from here. It is all pedal to the metal. If you can build a gap at the front, you don't have to be looking in the rear view mirrors, and Josh Edmondson has got a couple of truck lengths to Mittag for the time being after that battle on the restart. Bit of fiberglass goes flying on Batman's machine as pushed out wide as McAfee by the Terminator. Now that's a comic book I'd like to see. Batman versus the Terminator. Terminator the long way around. Gonna win out here. Great move once again.
Yeah, McAfee's looking right back to the inside there. You can see right in front of those two, though, is a good little battle also. You got Cody Vanderveer by himself, but looking at Lindy and Swain up front. By as we get a good shot, you can see Crystal King still trying to fight her way up through the pack.
I'm gonna have to go watch a Batman clip after this just to get myself back into the mood as we take the look
out.
Oh, we could do some fun things with Batman racing and short course machinery. Cody Winicki alongside of Thad Countryman. Now, this is not what Countryman needs because he is 16 points adrift of Winkler and increasingly under fire. They're 3 wide for a moment into the penultimate corner. Keaton Swain loses 1 spot and now tries to get it back as they fight their way through. Winicki's up to 6th as time winds away. More battling on the way to the line. Lindy and Countryman out of sorts.
And it's just battling, it's beating and banging on each other there. I think I saw a hammer come out and start slamming on his hood there for a second. You see Dashalet there, he's fighting with Countryman now. And all out of shape there. Boy, it's just crazy to see how these drivers have just shuffled positions there. You know, Barry back now to 5th place again. You know, Drapkin and Matag and Edmondson pretty solid, so pretty impressive.
There's going to be a 3 wide moment once again. Maybe not. Countryman wrong-footed. Scheiber thinks better of thrusting up the inside, but eventually goes for it, sees the spot. Some great action, but all of this towards the tail end and involving drivers who won't be fighting for the World Finals, and this will be interesting next time we go racing when there will only be 6 machines with the blue number boards or red number plates on their trucks in contention. Everyone else out there effectively just fighting for bragging rights. Meanwhile, back up front, there goes Connor Barry alongside of Sean Winkler. This is the fight for 4th.
Yeah, Slicky's trying to put some moves on Winkler right now, but Winkler, he's been driving a hell of a race, I gotta say. I'm so impressed with his driving skills. You know, and he's not a big fan of the Pro 2s usually. He's a Pro 4 guy, he loves it.
Slingshot their way once more. That track has continued just to surely rubber off, and the blue groove has continued to dig into the surface, and with 3 laps left to go, I'm sure it's definitely a very different feeling to how the evening started off. Our 6 World Final contenders looking somewhat comfortable for the time being as Vanderveer and Lindy, they're fighting for 8th position. Barry tries to squeeze and lean on Winkler, but this is the problem with Pro 2s. You don't have the momentum from the front tires to pull you out of situations. And so next week, when we're racing for the World Finals, we'll be back in the Pro 4s, and so I'm expecting plenty of action, to say the very least.
Yeah, I've been watching some of these guys go around the corners. It's almost like watching a late model. You get that lifting that wheel up a little bit, 3-wheeling around the turns. You know, I guess that has a lot to do with the suspension setup on these Pro 2s too, but just so impressive. There's a great flow to this track, but it's slicker than hogs on ice out there right now. You can just see these guys are fighting for traction.
Yeah, it's definitely not looking comfortable as we jump back on board with our 2-time 2025 champ. Adding to the accolades he's already earned in the short course history going back through the years. 2 laps left to go. Edmondson looking very, very comfortable, and this is what you kind of would have wanted to see from him, given the lead in the Pro 2, and has built up a 1.5 second advantage. Drake Mittag falling back on this lap in particular, and Edmondson might end up being the top seed going into next week's World Finals. Barry under pressure. Here comes Cody Winicki having a sneak.
Yeah, Winicki having a good move up the inside there. And Connor's really struggling back there. It's like the truck is just not handling. You got to wonder if there's some damage there or something's going on. You can see him running on the inside of the apron there. Not, you know, it's not a line that you see Connor take usually.
Whoa, and that.
Oh. Yeah, derail.
That is Connor in the wall, and could this change everything? He needs to finish this next lap off, otherwise it is trouble, and Connor may not be racing from home as we've seen on many an occasion, but it may come down to this final lap around the Bark River International Raceway. And our two-time champ in 2025 has got all the pressure on his shoulders.
Yeah, definitely. And Swain's fought his way back up to 6th place, you can see there. And you can see Trenton Briley and Crystal King both still in the pits there. I think their day has ended at this point there. But Edmondson, so impressed. But I think the big story is Connor Berry.
Absolutely.
He was outside the cut, and it's not looking good.
And he is still in the cut, but 14 points. If he loses 7 positions, and if Nicholas Dashley can find a bit more ground, things could change. That Countryman's now out of contention. Barry showing his force, though, finds his way past Van der Veer, and Matthew Lindy is going to poke alongside as they head to the final sector of the lap. Let's not forget the man out front, Barry's teammate, who's going to do exactly what he needs to put himself at the front of the pack heading into next week's World Finals. It's Josh Edmondson, winner of Main Event 2 here at the Bark River International Raceway. Drag race to the line should see Zach Drapkin hold on to 4th, just in front of Cody Winicki, while all eyes on Connor Barry, who does indeed hold on to 7th and hold on to his spot in next week's World Finals.
Man, talk about scratching it out there. I'll tell you. I mean, you were saying he had to lose 7 positions. Well, it was getting real close there for a second when he was riding the K-rail there. Insane.
And, well, the format slightly different from what we've seen before, and it's bringing the drama. Edmondson on top for the second race of the night with Mittag 1.8 seconds back. Winkler, Drapkin, Racecraft Academy pair showing their speed to close out the night and fighting their way into contention for the World Finals crown. Cody Winicki, unfortunately, on the wrong side of the cut line with Keaton Swain fighting his way back up to 6th. Barry 7th, Lindy, Van der Veer and Dashley behind them. 11th for Tyson Miller, Thad Countryman, Austin Schreiber, and then Adam McAfee, so Terminator gapping Batman slightly. Gavin Plummer, Matt Lass, Kyle Cooper, Trenton Briley, and then Crystal King. Those last two once again sat in pit lane. This time, though, swap Matthew Lindy for Trenton Briley. And again, top 6 to move forward provisionally, pending any race control, intervention, and decisions. Well, Edmondson, Mittag, Swain, Winkler, Barry, and Drapkin, the drivers that will do battle next time out. 7 days time from Wheatland, we go racing. Let's start, though, by catching up with our contenders on the night. I've just seen everyone slowly trickle their way on in. Let's catch back up with Josh Edmondson. He's standing by with Dave.
Josh, congratulations. What an incredible second race.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm stoked to get that win. That feels good.
Well, talk about the battle you had there. I mean, you know, Mittag, Winkler, who was just like, whoa, where'd this guy come from? And then the battles you had with Mittag, and of course, you had Ricky by Drapkin too.
Oh man, yeah, it was an awesome race. There was a lot going on. I feel bad for Sean on that one, man. He was driving so good, and that one little mistake cost him there. But thankfully, we got through. That gave us the lead. And man, early race was awesome. Drake got by me. He put a good move on me. It caught me off guard. I was able to put the same move back on him, so that felt good. And then obviously winning's always a great feeling.
Well, good thing you guys don't have to pay for the fiberglass on these things. 'Cause I'll tell you, every panel you guys were hitting and banging on each other.
Yep. Short course racing, man. That was fun. Had the elbows out for sure.
Right on. Well, congratulations. I know you probably want to thank some people for that big win tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, shout out you guys doing the broadcast. These are always a blast to go back and watch. You guys do a killer job, and Connor with the league and everything. But yeah, everybody on the team, Channel 199 Sim Racing, Teal, Gecko, all the boys at Racecraft. It's been a lot of fun this season, and looking forward to closing it out with a bang. And also shout out to Track Racer, Splash and Go Graphics, Pimax VR, and everybody else. Thank you.
Josh Edmondson with a big win here, and the target on his back heading into the final round.
And provisionally, based on what we've heard from Race Control, top scorer on the night as well. Second top scorer and second in the second main event, it's Drake Mittag. Drake, catching up with you once again tonight. I don't think you can complain about too much. You'll be fighting in next week's World Finals, and most importantly, you survived the Pro 2s.
Yeah, this track is treacherous. I almost weeded it in the second last lap or whatever that was, so lucky to get away clean. And second seating going into the last round isn't bad, for sure. There's drivers that are worse off, and I definitely think I had the pace to get Josh there. I just couldn't put it together. I was close at the end, but made mistakes. So I'm excited going into the last round. New track. We'll see how it goes. You know, anything can happen.
What's it going to be like? Assuming we do get Wheatland and there's no last minute surprises, track will come out sometime on Tuesday. No one actually knows when. And we'll be fighting for the World Finals on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Everyone knows that. There's no changing that timeline.
Yeah, I'm not getting off the sim and all the way tonight. gotta learn this track. Gotta put a setup together. Gotta figure things out. I'm really excited. You know, it's been a minute since dirt road's gotten something new, and I think it's really good to try and bring the dirt road side to iRacing more. I don't know. You know, get more consumers. It'll be cool. I'm excited. Something new. You know. Hopefully, I'm really good at it, and hopefully everyone else isn't. You know. So we'll definitely put our heads down for this one. It'll be fun practicing. You know, most of these races, you're just sitting there burning laps, the same thing that you did a couple months ago, and it's just not as fun. But this next one will be fun for sure.
Well, Drake, great night overall, great season, great year. Just one more night to go. We'll see you next week to wrap things up at Wheatland.
Thank you, guys.
Drake Mittag second on the night. Let's quickly catch up with Sean Winkler as well, who really did show some great speed once more. He's standing by with Dave.
Man, Sean, where did you come from? I'll tell you were just elbows out, fighting that way. I was like, man, this guy, something just flipped the switch on him.
Yeah, we had to flip a switch. You know, we made that unforced error there in the second moto. That was really unfortunate, but stayed on the gas, spun it around. I'm like, well, I'm still in 6th, so anything can happen. And yeah, we made a few more spots happen. So happy to be here, P3. Good to talk to you guys tonight.
Well, you know, it's one of those things. It's like, you know, you practice, you get into the races, you struggle, yeah. And it's just like something clicks in your head or something just happens where you find the speed. I mean, what was your aha moment?
You know, I like this track and I like this combo. I know some guys don't, but I really do. It's been a long time since I've looped it on those whoops like that because you just kind of try to set the truck up to rotate off of the jump and then carry it up the hill. And we just got a little too sideways, and that was all she wrote. But I was running good all week. I was always running close to the fast guys. I'm like medium fast. So, you know, as long as I can be within striking distance, I know there's a chance to make it happen. And yeah, I had to make a few more moves from 6th up to 3rd. But I saw Drapkin going into the second to last corner there, and I was like, oh, I got to send it on him. So we had a little door touching, and hopefully no hard feelings. Sorry, Zach, but I needed this spot more than you did.
Well, the flow of the track looked good, but how did that thing? Did it feel like it deteriorated quite a bit? Did that lead up to your problems when you had that little spin out there? Was it a little loose out there, or?
No, it was just me. Yeah, I came into those whoops a little set up too far, corked out to the left, and then when the truck snapped back to the right and I went off the jumps, it just kind of carried the momentum off the jump a little further than I usually take it, and so it just went around like that. But you know, the track does break down, and the tires get a little hot and greasy, so you got to pedal the truck a little more. But overall, it just kind of felt like normal. Just tried to hit my lines and stay close, stay within striking distance, and make it happen. So happy to finish where I did. Could have been a little better, but we'll still take this. Good to be talking to you, Dave.
Well, looking forward to seeing how you're going to do. And if we head to Wheatland like like we're praying for, are you a little nervous on Wheatland, or are you going to go, I'm going to never get off the sim from Tuesday to Wednesday?
Yeah, we're probably going to be running this thing 24/7. I'm not too nervous about it. I'm actually really excited for it. It's a new track. Cool. Everyone's going to start kind of fresh. You know, some guys have real life racing their experience, so they'll understand it a little more than I will. But I feel like I can pick it up pretty quick and put some laps together. So as long as I'm driving with these great guys, you know, Racecraft Academy, being able to drive with Zach and Josh and Connor and everybody else here, Cody Winecki, and you know, we got Van de Veer and all these guys. It's super fun to drive as one big group. So I know we're going to find the speed and find the pace, and we're going to bring the heat next week. iRacing willing that they give us the track.
All right. Are they the iRacing guys will hopefully smile on you. If so,
please.
Good luck to you. And I know if you want to thank some people, made this possible because you're P3, baby.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, I got to thank Racecraft Academy, even though I made a little mistake. Thanks for letting me drive on this team. It's really great to be a part of this group and this community. Next Level Racing and Real Broker, obviously. Big shout out to all of those guys. You guys for putting on a great broadcast. I love watching these back. They're super fun. Again, all the fans in the stands watching this thing. This is awesome to have everybody watching. And, if you're thinking about doing this, buy these trucks, buy the tracks. Come on out here. It's pretty affordable. It's just one of the cheapest series out here to race. Couple trucks, couple tracks. And the competition is great, as you can see, so it's a really fun community. A lot of great drivers out here. Really fun to run with everybody, and I just love to be out here competing with the best. It's really great. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Well, right on. Congratulations, everybody.
Thanks, Dave.
Winkler. You got it, buddy.
And, well, just one more round of action to come in 2025 here in the 2025 iRacing short course. Fingers crossed it's Wheatland. Our schedule provisionally will still say Crandon, but here's how the schedule, of course, for these World Finals shakes up. Pro 4, Pro 2, Pro 4 back on your screens. Wednesday at 6 p.m. PST, at 9 p.m. Eastern. And our top 6 officially, or provisionally, I should say, Edmondson, Mittag, Swain, Winkler, Dratkin, and Barry. It will be very, very interesting if there's any changes with race control, but you'll have to join us 7 days from now to find out all of that. For Hugo Luis, Dave Arnold, alongside myself, Arjuna Kankipati, thanks for joining us here from the rolling hills of Michigan. We'll see you next week from Wheatland to crown our very first 2025 iRacing Short Course World Finals champion, presented by APV Simulator. So much to look forward to, including crowning our very first Short Course National Series World Champion. First up, it's the three-time king starting off on top. It's win 17 for Connor Barry. First-time winner in the iRacing Short Course National Series. Take a bow, Drake Mittag. Is winner 22. He does it in the signature Propellers Long Beach Surfside Showdown. Keaton Swain's not going to stand down. To the line, a photo finish.
He finally got it. Swain, pop the champagne, baby.
And while Luke Canuck's yet to taste success in 2025, it's going to be a taste that's oh so sweet. Back in victory lane for the first time this year. At the Big House, her first win in the National Series. Through Calamity Corner, Crystal King gets it done. It's taken a while for Josh Edmondson to crack the victory circle. He gets it done here at the Wild West Motorsports Park. Barry getting quite comfortable in victory lane.
But the story, I think, right now is that young man right there, the number 4, Drake Mittag.
He broke through in the Pro 4s at Firebird. He'll win in the Pro 2s to start the season off. Keaton Swain wins again in the iRacing National Series, but this time in the Pro 2s, dominant at the front. It's Connor Barry, a Pro 4 and now Pro 2 National Series champion here in 2025.
Can't wait till the World Finals come, man. This is going to be incredible. 2 Pro 4 races and a Pro 2. Anyone's game right now.